أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. Very beautiful surah. Um, again, a short surah. Um, we will start with the ayah number 1. Wad-Dhuha. Wow is the harfu jar. Harfu jar wa qasam. Okay. And then ad-Dhuha is majroor. Okay. And majroor on kasra muqaddara. Kasra, which is muqaddara. Okay. Because it's a maqsura noun and the alif maqsura. And then both of these together, the jar and majroor together, they are muta'alliq بفعل محذوف تقديره أقسم. أقسم, actually the way you would say is أقسم, so it would have been أقسم بالضحى. Okay. If the wow is basically substituting أقسم be, but the way the grammatical analysis is done, إعراب is done, we say that jar و majroor, they're both متعلق بفعل محذوف تقديره أقسم. Dhuha comes from Dhuha, Yadhu, Dahwan, Dhuwan. So Dod, sorry, pick the right tool. Dod, Ha, and Waw. It's a Naqis Wawi fail. Means to become visible, to appear. Another variant spelling is Dohiya with a Naqis Yai spelling. Yadha, Dahan. To be struck by sun's rays, to enter the time of mid morning. Okay. And then form 2 is Dhaha Yudahi Tadhiyatan, to slaughter, to sacrifice. So Dhuha is which the word that we are dealing with here, means mid morning, sunlight, daylight. Adha is a collective noun, means slaughter animal, blood sacrifice. Eid al-Adha comes from this, the feast of immolation. Basically, immolation means slaughtering on the 10th of Dhul-Hijj. And then Udhiya um, also means slaughter animal, blood sacrifice. You would have you would have heard Arabs use this word quite often. Of course, we use totally different terminology. We say Badi Eid and we say Qurbani, but in Arabic, Eid al-Adha and Udhiya are the common terms used in reference to that. So what duha is mid morning or daylight. Okay. So this is Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is taking the oath here. So by the morning sunlight, by the morning sunlight. Ayah number 2, Wallayli iza saja. Okay. Wow is arfu'at. Al-layli is ma'tufun ala al-duha. إذا ظرف للزمان. Okay. I don't have space, so I'm going to put a note on this side here. Okay. This one is مجرد من معنى الشرط, meaning it is void of any meaning of shart. Okay. So this is different than the iza when it is used as a with the meaning of shart. This one does not have a shart built into it. And then saja is fi'l madi, مبني على فتحة المقدرة, فاعل مستتر تقديره هو. And this jumla, which is saja, okay, this jumla saja, this is a jumla fi'liya. It is fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi to iza, because iza is coming as a zarf, so it requires the mudaf ilayhi after that. Quickly the translation. Wal layl, layl, nighttime, or adverbially it can be used by night. Laylatun means night. Okay. Interestingly, many of the translators, or all the ones that I looked at, said al-layl here actually also has a meaning of night, and the night, and by the night, and by the night. Ida, when. Saja, sorry, saja, seen, jim, wow, so naqis wawi, yes, you, sajwan, to be calm, quiet, or tranquil. Okay. When it becomes calm. Many have translated this as still. Yeah. So by the morning sunlight, now we can see this is actually the oath is being taken on some aspect of time. Okay. One is the morning sunlight, and then second is by the night when it becomes calm and still. Okay. Brother Kamal, you have raised the hand. Please go ahead.
That's right. This to enter the time like asba, amsa, azar, and this in for the enter the time of mid morning. This is not starting with alif,
Let me understand your question.
like asba entering in the morning, amsa in the evening. So all starts with alif, azhara.
Correct. Correct.
In the yada, it's I don't see alif to enter the time of mid morning.
Correct. This one is Thulasi Mujarrad verb. Correct. It's a good observation, but that's what the dictionary has given the meaning for this. As a Thulasi Mujarrad itself, its meaning is to enter the time of mid morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So the oaths we saw, Wadduha wal layli idha saja. As per the rules of the qasam, we know that whenever there's a qasam, the jawabu qasam should always have a uh, emphasis if it is an affirmative sentence. But if it is not an affirmative sentence, then it doesn't need the emphasis. So in this case, we are seeing that ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala, that is the jawabu qasam, but there is no emphasis in it because it's a negative sentence, and that's what we will analyze it as, inshallah. Ma is harfu nafi, or you can say nafiya. Wadda'a ka, so wadda'a is fi'l madi, mabni ala fatha. Ka is ضمير متصل في محل نصب مفعول به مقدم. ربو ka, ربو is فاعل للفعل ودع مرفوع. وهو مضاف and ka is مضاف إليه. وما كلا واو and ma, واو حرف عطف, and ma again is nafia. Okay, and before I go to the next line, let me just also say that this jumla is la mahalla laha min al-i'rab jawabul qasam. Okay, continuing on, wama qala. The qala here is fi'l madi, مبني على فتحة المقدرة, فاعل مستتر تقديره هو. Okay, ما ودعك, ما not ودع. Okay, wada'a yada'u wad'an, another misal wawi verb. You can see that in mudare the waw is gone. It's bab fataha. To leave, to give up, to omit, to skip, to stop, to cease. And then wadda'a yuwaddi'u tawdi'an, form 2, means to leave behind, to abandon. Okay. So ma wadda'aka, not he abandoned you. Okay, so this he goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't say, sorry, my fault. Not abandoned you, and then Rabbuka is coming later actually. Not abandoned you, your Lord. So your Lord did not abandon you. Wama qala. Okay. And not qala. Okay. Many different spellings for qala actually, and two different set of root letters. Qala yaqlu with it's a naqis wawi, bab nasara, versus qala yaqli or qaliya yaqla, naqis ya'i. Okay. And the masdar being qala'an or maqliyatan. The meanings are similar. To hate, to detest, to come to shun, to come to dislike, and of course a totally different group of meaning, to fry, to bake. Okay, and we have seen these words actually used in the Medina books as well, or these meanings used in there. Oma kala, in this case, they are more to come to dislike, to come to shun. Okay, and not he has come to dislike, and then within bracket you. There's a transitive verb, but it is understood from the context that uh, the object in this case, or the maf'ul bihi in this case, is implied as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and which is being addressed as a single person, single second person. So it would be you. So your Lord did not abandon you, and He did not come to dislike you. Okay, I think the historical perspective, from what I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is this was after the initial revelation in Surat al-Alaq. There was a long period of lull when there was no revelation, and Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, started to think whether he did something wrong, or for some reason Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is not happy with him, and that's why he's not getting revelation. So this was a very important verse of, of comfort for him, that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in his ultimate wisdom did not send the revelation, but it was definitely not that he abandoned him, or he has come to dislike him. And we are gonna start with ayah number 4, inshallah, today. وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. So now you can see this is harf atf, wow, then a lam, and then al-akhiratu. 3 parts. So harf atf followed by lamul ibtada. Al-akhiratu is a ism which is coming at the beginning of a sentence, so it's a mubtada. So this lamul ibtada, we know it is actually a lamu taqid. And because it is ma'atuf, this jumla is ma'atuf to the jumla sabiqa, which we know was actually a jawab qasam. Now that previous jumla did not have any emphasis because it was negation, but now this jumla is actually is affirmation. So this one does have a instrument of emphasis, which is a lamu ibtada. Okay. So again, going with the rule that a qasam would require the jawab qasam to have a instrument of emphasis, which depending upon the different type of sentence will be different. Nominal sentences, we know there will be three ways to get the emphasis. One is inna, another one is lamul ibtada, and third one is inna wa lamul muzahlaqa. Okay. So in this case, the example that we are seeing here is lamul ibtada is coming as a instrument of emphasis because it is ma'tuf to the jumla which is jawab qasam. Walal akhiratu khairun. Khair here is coming as a khabar. Okay. And then laka, jar wa majroor. Okay. Minal ula, also jar wa majroor. Okay. If you look at the, and then of course this jumla is, we should mention that. This whole jumla is ma'tuf ala jumla sabiqa. In terms of translation, and the, so akhira, no verbal root. Akhara yu'akhiru ta'khiran, to delay, to put off, to defer, to postpone. Also means to grant reprieve. Form 5 is ta'akhara yata'akharu ta'akhuran, to be late, the intransitive verb, to be delayed, to hold back, to lag behind. And then, went too far. And then akhir, which is what we are seeing here, feminine is akhiratun, means last or later. And al-akhir is an attribute of God, meaning the everlasting. And then al-akhiratu with the ta marbuta at the end, the feminine form, the last time as opposed to the near one, okay, which basically has come to mean the hereafter. And then akhir with a fatha on kha, and the feminine is ukhra, ukharu being the plural, also the akharuna or ukhrayatun, the female plural. By the way, I forgot to mention akharu is mamnu' min as-sarf. And this means another or one more or the other. A common term used is marratun ukhra, once more. Okay. So akhir is last, akhir is another. And al akhiratu is the hereafter, and the hereafter. Khair, okay, we have seen khair in many places before. Khara yakhiru is ajwaf jai, to choose, to make one's choice. With ala, it means to prefer, to be in good circumstances. And then the word khair, plural being akhyar or khayarun, good, excellent, outstanding, better, best, superior. Um, Now it is also a um, a transformation from the ismu tafdil, where the asl was akhyaru on the version of af'alu. Okay. And in that case, meaning the better or best. Okay. And that is what I believe this is the meaning here. And the hereafter is better, laka, for you, minal ula. Okay. Then ula is ala, yaulu, hamza, waw, lam. So it's a ajwaf wawi, but also mahmuz al fa, hamza being at the fa kalima, bab nasara, to return, to go back, to be attributed. Okay. We are more used to of the form two, awwala yu'awwilu ta'wilan, okay, to interpret, and then awwal, female being ula, and the plural being awwaluna or awailu being mamnu min as-sarf, and feminine plural being uliyat. First, foremost, and then al-ula means the earlier, the previous, or the foremost. And then another interesting word from this family is alun, no pun intended, means family, relatives, clan, or people. Okay. When we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, that's the word that we are using. Min al-ula, then the first, meaning the last life, the life at the hereafter is better for you than the first, meaning than the one which is currently being lived. Any questions so far before I move to the ayah number 5?
Brother, this ula is looking same sound like ulaika. This is the same thing.
No, 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 no. Ulaika is actually ismul ishara. This is a this actually comes from this sulasi mujarrad verb ala ya'ulu aulan. Okay, so ulaika is different. Is different.
Different. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So ayah number 5. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Again, start with the harf atf, followed by lam ibtada, and then saufa. Okay, so harfu atf, lamu ibtada, and then saufa is harfu istiqbal. Okay. Also, this is referred to as the tasweef, okay, which basically means postponement. Saufa is also referred to as harfu tasweef, harfu tasweef, or our favorite, procrastination. Procrastination. Okay, that's the meaning of tasweef, by the way. Okay. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ, so يُعْطِيكَ, so فعل مضارع مرفوع على ضمة المقدرة فاعل مستتر تقديره no, file is not مستتر. I take it back. File is coming later. Ka is مفعول به مقدم, and then Rabbu ka. Rabbu is fa'il, وهو مضاف, and ka is مضاف إليه. فَتَرْضَى, fa and tarda, 2 words. Fa is harf atf, tarda is fi'l mudari marfu, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu anta. Okay, and this tarda is ma'tufun ala yu'ti. Okay, again notice this sentence is ma'tuf to the jawabu qasam, and because it's affirmative sentence, it again requires a it again requires a instrument of emphasis, which is la. And because of lam ibtida, there is a emphasis, so we bring in some word in English to bring emphasis. Surely will, yu'ti. So yu'ti, Thulasi Mujarrad is ata, ain, ta, waw. So naqis wawi. Ya'tu, atwan, bab nasara. Take something in hand. Okay, not very commonly used word. Ata yu'ti i'ta'an. That's more common that we see in the Quran. Form 4, doubly transitive, to give or grant or present something to someone. I'm just repeating myself here that ata yu'ti ita'an also is form 4 and also has a very similar meaning. It means to give. But ata has the meaning of giving as a favor. Okay? While ata, while ata can be used for obligatory giving as well as giving by the way of favor. So that's ata yu'ti means give, and ata yu'ti also means give, but ata yu'ti has a exclusivity in its meaning, in the sense of it only means to give something as a favor. Like it's not required to give, but it is given. Okay, and it can be done by the Rabb. Of course, anything that Allah gives is actually ata. But even humans, when they give without the need for giving, it still will be ata. And then ata yuti can be used both for giving as a favor or obligatory giving. So yu'tika rabbuka, yeah. So will give you, or you can say grant you, who? Your Lord. Your Lord will give or grant you. Fatarda. Okay. Radiya yarda, bab samia, so naqis ya'i. Ridan, ridwanan, mardatan, to be satisfied, to be content, to approve, to be pleased. Okay. Form 6 is tarada, yatarada, taradin, to come as a mutual, to come to a mutual agreement. And then radiyatun, which is ism fa'il muannas, well pleased or content. We will see that in Surah Fajr, inshallah. But tarda, this is Thulasi Mujarrad. Radiya yarda, tarda. You will be happy. That you will be pleased. That you will be pleased. Okay. Number 6. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa.
Zaid,
Yeah.
can I ask you if this fa can be fa sababiyya, fa tarda?
Can it be fa sababiyya? I don't think if any of the dictionaries said so, but let me just quickly
Because
check.
it does look like fa sababiyya.
Yeah.
But this could be in the jawab or shart, then it could be a sababiyya, but there is no shart here.
No, sababiyya doesn't require a shart. Sababiyya does not require a shart. So, two of the dictionaries that I am currently looking at, both Dr. Yaqut and Nurul Yaqeen, both of them only give the option of atif, basically. Atifa.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Ayah number 6. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. Lam. So Hamza is Hamzatul Istifham. Lam harfu nafi wa jazmin wa qalbin. Yajid ka mudare majzum bilam. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa, goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ka is maf'ulun bihi awwal. Yatiman maf'ulun bihi thani. Fa'awa, fa, and then awa. Again harf atf. And then awa, fi'l madi, مبني على فتحة المقدرة. فاعل مستتر تقديره هو. Again goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alam, did not. Yajid, wajada yajidu, wujudan. Okay. It's a misal wawi, bab zaraba. To find, to come across, to get, also the meaning of to obtain, as well as to gain experience of someone or to discover. Okay. So did not he find you? Is he being Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Find you yatiman. Okay. We have seen this before as well. Yatima, yaitamu, misal, yai. And in misal yai, we have seen the ya does not get dropped in mudare. That's why it's yaitamu. In wajada yajidu, we saw that the waw was dropped in mudare. Also yatuma, yaitumu, or yatama, yaitimu. Different spellings. To be or become orphan. Yatim, with plural being aitamun or yatama. Orphan, one of a kind. That's another meaning for it. Or unmatched. Malja'il aitam or darul aitam means orphanage. as well as the ismul makan maytamun also means orphanage.
Islam is that the brother side?
Walaikum.
There's no writing coming up.
Sister Naima, I'm not right. Oh, sorry.
There's nothing coming up, and some other people who are there also cannot see anything.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I
Yeah,
switched
Jazakallah
over
khair.
and I think it
Okay,
probably
Jazakallah
took
khair.
me over
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing it out, sister.
Welcome.
So yatim means orphan. Did he not find you an orphan? Sorry, an orphan. For our, okay. So our Hamza, Waw, Ya, Awa, Ya'wi, Iwa'an, Uwiyan. Again, it's an interesting fail. It is a lafif makroon. It is doubly weak letter. Both the ayn kalma and lam kalma are weak. And as well as the hamza is the fa kalma. Okay. Means to seek refuge, to seek shelter. Form 4 is awa, yu'wi, iwa'an, to shelter someone, to protect someone. Okay. And then ismul makan is ma'wa, which actually comes in the Quran. Place of retreat, destination, or dwelling. Okay. And we saw that in Surat al-Kahf. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. So this is form 4 that we are seeing here, okay, which is to shelter someone. Okay. Then he sheltered. Okay. And the maf'ulun bihi here is implicit, meaning you, which in this case is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Junaid, please go ahead.
Yes, so more of an observation in the previous ayat. I'm not sure if it's a question also, but in Fatarda, you said it's matufan ala yu'ti, but the file in this is like second person, and the file in the other one was third person. So I guess it's not a condition for the file to be of the same type.
Correct. So the two sentences, maybe I should have said that it is, I mean, the jumla is matuf to the previous jumla, and which does not require the two sentences to have the same file. Okay. I can, I mean, even in English, I can say something like, I drank water and you drank juice. The two sentences are connected by the conjunction and, but I'm the file for the first one, and the second person is the whom I'm talking to is the file for the second one, for the second jumla. So, but the two sentences are connected. Yeah. So your observation is absolutely correct.
I got it. Thank you.
Sister Sultana, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Brother,
Wa
one
alaikum
question
assalam
is
wa
saying like
barakatuh.
this whole jumla failure matufun ala jumla sabika yu'tika rabbuka. Or it's only yu'ti or fail only.
No,
Matuf.
no, you're up, and that's what I was saying. I think it should be the whole jumla. I should have mentioned that.
And the second thing is in notes
correct.
number 3. Okay, first you can.
Yeah, jumla معطوف على جملة الجملة السابقة. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. No, first, second point, sister.
And notes 13, the past tense is written yatimu, maybe printing mistake.
Let me check. Yatimu, yaitamu, yatuma, yaitumu, yatama, yaitimu. So 3 different spellings of this past tense verb in the
Okay.
dictionaries. So all 3 are there in the dictionaries.
But yatimu can be past tense with dhamma.
Sorry, no, you're right. No. So you're pointing to the dhamma on the meme. Correct. That's a typo. I'll Jazakallah khair for pointing it out. I thought you were pointing to the kasra on the ta, but I think now I get it. You're correct. Yatima, yaitamu.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fix it inshallah. Sister Shabana, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Brother,
assalam wa
what
rahmatullahi
is
wa barakatuh.
the form 10 for Ava, the 14th, the note that you've given in this? Ava, Yavi, what would be the form 10?
You will put ista before it. Ista'wa, istawi.
Is it the same as Istawa and Yastavi, Mustavi?
No.
Okay.
That is no. That actually is different. That's a very good question. I think what you are pointing to is tawa yastavi.
Yes.
Yeah, that is actually a different verb. The root for that is seen waw ya, and this is form 8.
Okay.
It's interesting actually because it looks like it's form 10, but it's not form 10. It's
Yes,
actually
I
form 8.
just got confused for a second, so that's the reason I thought I'll just clarify.
Yeah, because in form 10, you expect 6 letters, because
Yes.
you have 3 from the form 10 and 3 from the Sulasi Mujarrad itself. But in
Yes.
form 8, you will expect 5. Okay, so in this case, we can count. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh,
So it's a form 8 from seen waw ya.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakallah.
Right. Okay. Let me erase this before we move on. Okay. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. Awa. Did he not find you an orphan? Then he sheltered you. Wawajadaka dhalan fahada. Wa wajadaka. Okay. Again, harfu atf. وجد فعل ماضي مبني على فتحة فاعل مستتر تقديره هو goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ka مفعول به أول ضالا مفعول به ثان and then فهذا same analysis as in the previous ayah. Fa is harfu atf and hada is fi'l madi مبني على فتحة المقدرة فاعل مستتر تقديره هو goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he found you. Okay. ضالاً. Simplest translation is lost, but I think for our prophet, I don't think it'll be appropriate to say that he was lost. A better translation is unguided. Okay. And he found you unguided, fahada. Dalan, by the way, I have captured the root here. Dalla, there's a mudaf verb, dad, lam, yadillu, dalalan or dalalatan, to lose one's way, to be lost, to go astray. And then form 2 is dhallala yudallilu, tadlilan, to mislead, to let go astray, to cause confusion, and so on. Adalla yudillu idlalan, to mislead, to let go astray. Dallun is ismul fa'il, the one who is lost, basically. Okay. And then hada, hada yahdi, naqis fail, hidyan, hudan, or hidayatan, to guide, to lead, to direct. And then ihtada yahtadi, ihtadaan, to be guided on the right path, is the intransitive verb. And then hudan is the act of guidance, if it is used as a verbal noun, or if it is used as a noun, then it means guidance. Okay. Then he guided, then he guided. Okay. And then we know it basically means guided you. Moving on to the next ayah, inshallah. وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى وَوَجَدَكَ حرف عطف فعل ماضي مبني على فتحة فاعل مستتر تقديره هو كمفعول به. Number 1 عائلا مفعول به. Number 2 فأغنى حرف عطف and then أغنى فعل ماضي مبني على فتحة المقدرة فاعل مستتر تقديره هو. And he found you عائلا على يعيل عيلة. This is a ajwaf ya'i fail, to be or become poor, be reduced to poverty. And then a'il is ism fa'il, impoverished or needy. He found you poor or needy. Fa'aghna. Okay. So we know ghaniya yaghna ghina'an or ghinan. Fa'absamiya, to be free from want, to be rich. And then aghna yughni ighna'an, form 4, to make someone free from want, to make rich. Okay. And then with harfujar an, to be sufficient, be of use, be of help. And then istaghna yastaghni istighna'an, we saw that in Surat al-Alaq, to not need, to become rich, to be or become self-sufficient. Okay. I think there is another meaning which I should have captured here, which is not that to become self-sufficient, but to be under the kind of a false thought, to think or to consider oneself incorrectly that they are self-sufficient. When we say self-sufficient, we mean from being self-sufficient as being not needing God, na'udhu billah. Okay, and that is how the meaning actually we saw in Surah Al-Alaq. Okay, Ar-ra'ahu staghna. And then ghaniyun, plural aghniya'u, mamnu min as-sarf, means rich, one who is not in need of others. Okay. Typically, we use it in the context of being rich in financial or worldly matters, but of course, in spiritual and in the need for our God, that nobody can be ghani. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-ghani. And he found you ilan, poor, needy, for aghna, to make someone self-sufficient. Okay. Then he made you self-sufficient. Okay. Moving on, inshallah, ayah number 9. فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. Fa, and then amma. There are different explanations for this fa, but we have gone through it, I think, in Surat-ad-Dhuha. They say it is fa tafri'iyya. Okay, which basically means that it's part of a shart, and the shart itself is mahzuf, and the jawab of that shart has multiple parts to it. And we will see that there is actually at least 3 parts in this case, in all 3 ayat, this one, next one, and the one after that. And then they also say this is the tafri'iyya, and then the further explanation given is that it is sababiyya. Sababiyya. Or, and this is where you see many different explanations, fasiha. I think when I was explaining the tafri'iyya and fasiha a few weeks ago, I was saying that some scholars actually don't make any distinction between these two. Some do, and maybe that is where the different Arab dictionaries come up with different analysis for these. Okay? And then amma we know is harfu shart with tafsil. Okay. Al-Jatim. Now this is an interesting case. And when we studied amma in Medina books, we kind of learned that amma is followed by a mubtada. Okay. So that is one scenario, but that's not the only scenario that happens. In this case, we will see something different. Al-Jatim is actually maf'ulun bihi muqaddar. It came early for the fi'l taqhar, which is coming. Okay. And then fala has 2 parts. Fa is waqi'atu fi jawab shart, which is basically, you can say amma, because that was a harfu shart. La is nahiya, and then taqhar is fi'l mudari majzoom, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu anta, and its maf'ulun bihi came before. Okay. So how do we translate it? So as for al-Jatim, the orphan, fala, do not taqhar. Okay. Qahara yaqharu qahran, bab fataha, to force, to compel, to oppress. Okay. Do not oppress him. Do not oppress. Okay. Do not oppress who? Do not oppress the yatim. Do not oppress the yatim. Moving on to ayah number 10. وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ. Same analysis as the previous ayah. حرف عطف حرف الشرط والتفصيل. السائل is مفعول به مقدر للفعل تنهر فلا الفاء واقعة في جواب الشرط. لا is ناهية. تنهر فعل مضارع مجزوم فاعل مستتر تقديره أنت. And as for السائل سأل يسأل سؤالا مسألة باب فتحة to ask, to inquire, to question. Also it can be used as doubly transitive to ask someone for something. Okay, to مفعول به. My apologies for some typo here. I'll fix it inshallah. So tasa'ala yatasa'alu, this is form 6. Okay, form 6 we know is a group action to ask one another. Okay, and then sa'il is ism fa'il, one who asks or beggar. I didn't mention it here, but ism maf'ul will be mas'ul, which means the one who's asked. Okay? And typically it means somebody who's in a position of power, or because you ask someone who either knows or has control, okay? Or has means to answer the question or the need. Okay, and as for the one who asks, fala tanhar, do not. Nahara yanharu nahran. Okay, to follow copiously, to gush forth, to flow like a river. Also, another group of meanings is to repulse, to reject, to drive away, to chide. Nahrun, plural anhar, river, spring, stream of water. Also can be used as a collective noun meaning rivers or running waters. Of course, in this case, the meaning is to repulse or to reject. Do not repulse. Repulse who? The asail. Sister Sultana, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Brother,
Alaikum salam.
وَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ and فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ in both مفعول به مقدر. Is مقدر or مقدم?
Muqaddam, sorry. You are on a roll, sister, today. MashaAllah, you're finding very lots of mistakes today.
Sorry.
Muqaddam. Correct. But it's good to find these because these are being recorded, so it's good to have the correct version here. Jazakallah khair. Okay, so فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. So as for the orphan, do not oppress him. وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ. And as for the one who asks or the beggar, do not repulse him. Okay. We go on to the last ayah of the surah, ayah number 11. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Okay. وَأَمَّا, again, حرف عطف, حرف الشرط والتفصيل. بنعمة بنعمة جار ومجرور وهو مضاف. ربي مضاف إليه وهو مضاف, and ka مضاف إليه. Okay. And then فحدث الفاء واقعة في جواب الشرط. And then حدث فعل أمر مبني على سكون فاعل مستتر تقديره أنت. Okay. And as for بنعمتي, okay, I need to fix my notes here. I will add the word ni'ma. I did capture it actually for the surah that we are going to be analyzing next, which is Surah Al-Layl, but I forgot to put it here. But ni'ma basically means blessing, favors, or blessings. Okay. So, wamma bi ni'mati. And as for the favors of your Lord, fahaddith. Hadasa yahdusu hudusan, bab nasara, to happen, to occur, to come to pass. Okay. Another spelling is hadusa yahdusu hadasatan, bab karuma, to be new, to be recent, to be young. Okay. And haddasa yuhaddisu tahdisan, form 2, to tell, to disclose, to acknowledge, to show gratitude. Okay. And then hadith, we know, plural hadith, mamnu min as-sarf, discourse, news, statement, and of course we know them as prophetic traditions. Okay. So for hadith is form 2. Okay. Then acknowledge, or another common translation that you find is proclaim. Okay. And then implicitly means proclaim them. Proclaim them. Okay. As for the favors of your Lord, proclaim them. Sadaqallahu Azim. My understanding is that this surah, Prophet ﷺ used to recite it during Salatul Maghrib. So if somebody has better information, please do correct me. But that is what my understanding is. It's a beautiful surah, and a very good reminder for how Allah Subhanahu wa Taala can change the condition, and it clearly shows how he changed the condition of the Prophet himself, how he found him as yatim and he gave him shelter, and how he found him as unguided and gave him the guidance, and how he found him financially needy and gave him the means to actually sustain himself. Alhamdulillah.